Greetings Earthlings and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing something quite different. In the past, I have become quite skeptical of Amazon ratings because I've seen the lengths that some companies go to get you to leave a 5-star rating, whether it be giving you free stuff, whether it be paying you money, so I don't trust them. And because of that, I thought it would be interesting to run a bit of an experiment where whenever I need to buy something, I only buy stuff based on the Amazon star rating or the rating of whatever site I'm looking at. And because I love everyday carry so much, I figured what better place to start than looking at everyday carry items and buying the highest rated version of those items. So let's jump to the overhead shot and I will explain a little bit more. We're going to start with the watch, and it is an absolute classic, the Casio F91W. This costs around $19, and it has 34,372 ratings. This watch is absolutely outstanding. It is incredibly functional. It is incredibly thin, light, durable. It is not going to be my favorite watch, but if I was just buying items based on a star rating and I got this, I would be more than happy wearing it because you have the day, you have the date, you have 12-hour or 24-hour time options, you have an alarm, you have a chronograph, and then you can set it. Just all around basic, bare bones, but incredibly functional. And here's how it looks on my 17 to 18 centimeter wrist. It's undeniably small, but I think that's perfectly fine. A couple of notes about this thing. The backlight on it, where you can see it at night, is really bad. It's difficult to read, but at least it gives you something. It does have a limited water resistance to 30 meters, which is pretty much splash proof. You won't want to go diving with this. And as far as the look, it's not very dressy. It's going to limit where you can wear it, or you're going to have to be fine going into the office with a less dressy watch. Next up on the list is going to be the wallet, and I had to go for a billfold, and the highest rated billfold that I could find was the Timberland Blix. This costs around $20, and it has around 11,000 or 12,000 ratings, so very highly rated, but nothing compared to a couple of others. I have a Travelodo Slim wallet, and then I have this wallet that I absolutely hate, which has, I think, 80,000 reviews, but it's thicker than the Timberland without anything in it, so I really dislike that wallet. So the Timberland Blix is the one I landed on for a billfold. I will say, I was not expecting this at all, but I absolutely love this thing, and it is an almost perfect wallet for me because, yes, it does have a slot for your bills, so you don't flash everybody how much money you have, but also, it doesn't have too many card slots. It has an ID slot and 3 card slots on the left. You can throw a card behind those cards on the left as well, so you can have your insurance card, 1 or 2 credit cards, or 3 if you want, and your ID. And something that I found that sets this apart from a lot of heritage leather wallets, which is what I like because I like American-made products, is how thin the leather is, and I love that because it allows the wallet to sit a lot thinner because it doesn't have massive pieces of leather. Of course, the thinner leather is going to impact the durability, but for me, that is a nice trade-off to get a wallet that allows you to have a bunch of bills, a couple of cards, and still remain relatively thin. So the Timberland Blix is a purchase that I am 100% happy with. Great wallet if you want a billfold. Next up, we have the knife, and I know that a lot of people like bigger pocket knives, but I don't do anything too rugged. I work in an office, and I open up boxes for microphones, so I wanted something small and compact, so I opted for a Swiss Army knife, and when I search Swiss Army knife, this is the highest rated option. This is the Classic SD, around 16 to 20 bucks, and 9,374 ratings. Here is a look at all the tools that come on the Classic SD. I have used all of these over the last 2 weeks as my primary knife, scissors, everything. As you can see, I've used the knife blade quite a lot. I will admit, for opening boxes, a little bit lackluster because it's not very big, it's not very durable, it feels a bit flimsy. So if you are going to be opening up a lot of boxes, I would say look elsewhere. But as a secondary or backup blade on your keychain, I think it's more than sufficient. Next to that, you have the nail file, nail cleaner, and a flathead screwdriver, which I did use. Works. Again, going to be a little bit flimsy, but in a pinch, I think it is incredibly useful to have. The big selling point for me, the scissors. I always have strings hanging off of me. This allows me to clip them off without tugging on them and then undoing my entire sweater. And then you have a toothpick and tweezers. I'll use those occasionally, but a little bit less. Now, over the last couple of weeks, this has been on my keychain functioning as my primary knife. I don't think it really holds up for that, so if you are looking for just a primary everyday carry knife, I don't think this cuts the mustard, but if you're looking for a backup with a couple extra tools, absolutely worth the money. Next up, we have the flashlight, and when I was looking, I searched for AAA flashlight, and the highest rated was the Streamlight Micro Stream. This costs around $18 and had 11,067 ratings, so very, very popular. And this is another item that is nearly perfect for me. I know that a lot of people love having flashlights that have multiple settings. I don't. I just want one setting, on and off. This doesn't have half a lumen, 100 lumens, and then 10 million lumens. It has, I believe, 45 lumens, just on, off at the end. That is it. AAA battery. If I drop something under my desk in the studio or I'm trying to find a DVD to watch, this is what I will use. And absolutely incredible everyday carry light. It has been my everyday carry light for 5 years. It will continue to be for another 5 most likely. So that is the flashlight that I found, and 10 out of 10 recommend it. Next up, we have the pen, and the highest rated was the Pilot G2 with 60,267 ratings when I bought it. $3 for a 2-pack, so $1.50 a piece. Incredibly affordable, and I have really fell in love with these things. They write so incredibly smoothly and just look great. It doesn't have any issues, no stickiness. It doesn't take any time to get rolling. For the record, I'm not writing on my background. So I have really found myself enjoying these. I also found them very comfortable to use because they are so light. They do have a little bit of padding down here, so it just really fits in the hand nicely. And coming from a Fisher Space Pen, it makes me wonder why I loved them so much, because I understand completely why people rave about the Pilot G2, which one is this, 07 ink cartridges. Absolutely amazing. If you're on a budget and you just want a pen that works, 10 out of 10 recommend it. So again, if I was buying solely on the highest rated item on Amazon, I would be more than happy getting this pen because it works great and is comfortable. And the final item for the main section is key organization, and I found the Hephis, Hephis. This costs $13 and had 1,220 ratings. I was not expecting much here, but I found myself quite liking it. I have been carrying my keys in my pocket for maybe a decade after giving up on a carabiner, but I love this thing. I like the fact that the keys are secured down here, so when you're hooking it and unhooking it, you don't risk losing your keys. I like the built-in bottle opener just as an added function, even though I'll never use it. With that being said, I do have one concern about this thing, and that is the weight. It is a little bit heavy, and I am a little bit concerned having something heavy hanging off of the ignition of my car. That's the only real concern I have, but other than that, it's so incredibly convenient. I think this is going to be a mainstay in my personal EDC now. So again, based on ratings, I would be more than happy with this thing if I bought this. Now we are in the bonus section, and we'll start with the paper. The highest rated is the Write in the Rain pad. This ranges from $4 to $6, has 14,447 ratings, and I want to love it, but I don't. The reason I don't love it is because of the functionality of it. It's designed so the paper isn't ruined if it gets wet, and I think that means there's some kind of coating on the paper. And because of that, if you use any kind of fountain pen or the Pilot G2, if you write, it'll stay wet and it will smear a little bit. So if you are buying the Write in the Rain pad, do not get the highest rated pen on Amazon. Go for, I think, the second highest rated. It's the Zebra, which is a ballpoint. And with this, you can write and it's not going to smear. So that is the main reason why I don't love it, because now I do love the Pilot G2 and I also write with fountain pens. The Write in the Rain pad does not work with that. But if you don't like fountain pens or you don't write with the G2, chances are you're going to love this thing because it's incredibly durable, it's functional. I have been working through this for about a year, still holding up like an absolute champ. So that's the only downside. It doesn't work with the ink that I like, which they do disclose. And it's made in the USA. So for a couple of bucks, if you're looking for a notepad, just know you gotta get a ballpoint pen to work on it. Next up, we have something a little bit gross, but if you blow your nose a lot, if you got allergies, I recommend a handkerchief. This is from Handkerchief. It's $14 for a 12-pack and had 8,970 ratings, so a lot of ratings. There's not much to say about them. I've had them for about a month, and being that there's 12 of them, I've washed them 3 or 4 times, so not much wear on them, but they're cotton, they're soft, they're hemmed on the sides. So if you're looking for a handkerchief, I highly recommend checking these out because it is softer on your nose. I've noticed my nose getting raw a lot less, and it's better for the environment, I think, because you're not going to be throwing away a bunch of paper and tearing down trees to blow your nose in. That's pretty cool. So again, if I was buying solely on the ratings, I would be happy with it. Next, this is really going to be for the glasses wearers, but a microfiber cloth. This is magic fiber, $9 for a 6-pack and 53,465 ratings. There's nothing more to say about this really. It's a functional microfiber cloth. You get 6 of them. If you have cameras, you can wipe off lenses, or if you wear glasses, wipes off the lenses of those as well. Another item that I would be more than happy getting, just based on the ratings. Met my expectations very well. Now we have the headphones, and the highest rated had 191,882 ratings when I bought them. The Apple earbuds, and these go for around $20 with the Lightning connection. I am somewhat spoiled now because I switch between AirPods Pro, AirPods Max, and Sennheiser HD650s, but for $20, they function. That's what I can say about these. They're $20, they function. Do they sound good? No. Are they comfortable? Absolutely not for me. This is one of the only options where if I bought these headphones based solely on the reviews and the ratings, I would be disappointed because these do not fit well in my ear. They do not create a good seal on my ear, so a lot of external noise makes it in. That means you're going to have to crank up the volume of whatever you're listening to overpower that external noise, which will lead to damaging your hearing. I do not want to listen to these ever again. I really, really dislike them. So as far as the headphones, quite disappointed in the Apple earbuds. I knew I was going to be, but I had to get them and use them for a week anyway. There you go. And we will end on a high note, and that would be Chapstick. Burt's Beeswax is the highest rated chapstick on Amazon. $10 for a 4-pack, 39,208 reviews. This is the best chapstick ever made. I have been using this exclusively for years. It's the only chapstick I've ever finished an entire tube of. I've finished dozens of them by now. So if you want chapstick because your chap lips are disgusting, you disgusting, disgusting monster, use some chapstick. And this is the stuff I've been using. I would be more than happy if I blind bought this based solely on the amount of reviews for Burt's Bees. That's it. Those are all the everyday carry items. All right, that's all that I've got for you today. There's no other content. If you do want these items, there are affiliate links in the description, and I'll see you on a later date. Thanks for watching. Bye.